Hello, hello. I see people are filing in. We'll get this watch along started shortly. How's everybody doing tonight? DJ, how are you? Josh, Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas, Steve. How are you? I'm just sharing passing the word along that we are live. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Hope you guys are ready to watch some Silent Night, Bloody Night. Have you guys out there ever seen Silent Night, Bloody Night before? Oh, okay. I like it. It's a pretty solid little holiday horror movie, and I dig it. And it just so happens that it is public domain, so we can do whatever we want with it without any kind of copyright percussions. So that's always a plus. Although I did receive, I'm sure you guys know Night of the Living Dead, the Romero flick is public domain, and it has been public domain since it was released in '68. However, I did get a copyright strike against, or copyright claim, I should say, against my Blu-ray review for the movie. And the third party who put the claim on it said that I had used footage that they owned in my review. So, of course, I filed an appeal and noted in the appeal that the film is public domain. It has always been public domain pretty much. And yeah, so it was... get the fire going, get it all nice and warm and cozy in here. Anyway, the that copyright was overturned pretty quickly. So I think this third party, whoever it was, they just wanted a few bucks. And they hoped that maybe I would not know, even though I'm reviewing the movie and talking somewhat intelligently about it. Maybe they just thought I wouldn't know, wouldn't have any idea that it was public domain. But anyway. I'm just getting everything set up here, people. We ought to be good to go before too much longer. Let a few more people file in. See, we've got 12 people watching now. How are you guys? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a great Christmas Eve. Michael Overstreet, love your vids, Piz. Subbed back in 2012. Freaky Jason is awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for the continued support. I appreciate it. The Bearded Slasher, what's up, man? How are you? El Barto, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great Christmas Eve. Am I coming through loud and clear? Let me know. Isaac Dodson, how are you, buddy? Hope you're having a great Christmas Eve. Now, I'm going to try the little live chat here window on the side. But now if it becomes too obtrusive or it's blocking too much of the movie, you guys let me know and I'll take it out. I'll remove it. Good. Glad to hear you guys are doing well. Doing well. Bearded Slasher, you're still doing well despite the cyst. It's too bad, man. But you're doing okay. You're doing okay. So that's good. You like the live chat on the screen? Okay, cool. Well, we'll get ready and we'll get this party started here in just a minute or two. Let a few more people roll in. Has anybody out there opened any presents early just yet? I know some people do. I know some people do the Christmas Eve, like you open one gift on Christmas Eve, something like that. Did you guys do anything like that? Jimmy L324, love this movie since I saw it on TV in 1984. Cool, nice. Traffic Cone, how are you? El Barto, you've got this on one of those 50 film packs from Mill Creek. Yep. This is a public domain movie, and it ends up on a lot of those collections like that. Matter of fact, the first time I saw this movie was early 2000s. It was on, I don't know if you guys remember the old Diamond DVD releases. They were the $5 cheapo bin DVDs before you had the Walmart $5 cheapo DVD bins. And you're talking about super cheap DVDs here. No extras, really poor picture and sound quality. Basically, they just like ripped it off the VHS and put it on the DVD. But they were cheap. And being a college student at that time, I did not have a whole lot of money. So, you know, cheap was good. And that was how I first saw Silent Night, Bloody Night. And I was really blown away by it. And I have to say, despite those Diamond releases being kind of generic, those generic Diamond release DVDs is what introduced me to Pieces, which is a movie that I absolutely love. It introduced me to The Gates of Hell. It introduced me to The Beyond. Introduced me to a lot of really cool movies. So, and I've actually still got a couple of those old Diamond DVDs. I actually pulled the Silent Night, Bloody Night one out and was looking at it the other day, like, you know, brought back some memories. Late one Saturday night on a cold winter night in New York, Jimmy L324. Well, appreciate you joining. Oh, okay. So that's you saw it you saw this movie for the first time in 1984 on a late Saturday night, on a cold late Saturday night in New York. Cool. I just did with extended family. Got a nice turtleneck and a thermos. All right, nice traffic cone. So you got a nice little early Christmas gift. That's cool. We opened presents with family on. Sorry about that, guys. I hate it when these things have ads on them. And of course, this one's got a ton of ads on it too. Even even the fireplace videos have tons of ads on them. That's sad. That is really sad. I just want a fireplace. Just want it to be cozy. Just want it to be Christmassy. Why can't we have that? All right, here we go. This one's in 4K too. Okay. All right, how many ads is on this one? No ads. Wow. Thank you. All right, let's warm up here by the fire. You know, get all nice and warm. We opened presents with family on Christmas Eve. Then Andrew and I opened presents on Christmas Day. Cool, cool. Did you get any good presents today, Steve? You and Andrew? Let me know. I think I may have made it about halfway through this film, but I never finished it. I'm excited for this. Thanks, Piz. You've helped me discover a lot of great horror films. Thanks, man. Well, thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that. Hello, Rabbit Hammer. How you doing tonight? No, this is a smart TV. The Bearded Slasher. This is a smart TV. And I don't think you can get ad block on a smart TV, DJ, unfortunately. But oh goodness, excuse me. Now, guys, I may sound a little snotty tonight. I am dealing with some sinus issues, but it could be worse because there's a lot of nastiness going around. The flu. There's a bad stomach bug going around this area. My girlfriend's actually got it, so yeah, a lot of nastiness going on. But hopefully you guys are pretty healthy and can enjoy today and tomorrow with your families and enjoy presents, enjoy, you know, good food, all that good stuff. Looks like we've got 15 people watching now. Just give it a couple more minutes. Let the word get round. 4K Smart TV. Yep, you got it, Alberto. You got it. Never seen this. It'll be an experience. Traffic Cone. It's a pretty good movie. I got to tell you, I was really surprised by this movie the first time I saw it. I really enjoyed it. This movie predates both Halloween and Black Christmas. And there are some similarities between this film and both between this film and Halloween and Black Christmas. So I know, people say Halloween kind of ripped off Black Christmas, but I mean, you could make the argument that Silent Night, Bloody Night inspired both Bob Clark and John Carpenter. You'll see as we watch the movie, but there's some pretty obvious similarities between this film, Black Christmas, and Halloween. And of course, this film predated them all. Doing pretty well. Just came back from my sister's from having our Christmas dinner and gift exchange. Hope everything is doing good. Everything's going good over here, Rabbit Hammer. Sounds like you had a good time with the family. Hopefully you got some good gifts and a good dinner. E.T. on 4K and Independence Day Steelbook. Very nice, Bad Raven. Very nice. I have just fully embraced 4K. Of course, I've got a 4K TV here. And I bought an Xbox One S. Ordered it from Best Buy. They had a really good deal. I couldn't say no. And even though I am, a big supporter of the PlayStation Nation of Domination, I and a firm, just not a fan of the trash box. I have betrayed the PlayStation Nation of Domination for 4K, and because a lot of my favorite Call of Duty games, which are older Call of Duty games, they're now backwards compatible on the PlayStation or the Xbox One. So I've made the dive. I've fully embraced 4K, and I've joined the Microsoft dark side and picked me up an Xbox. Oracle will probably be in the chat tonight. Bearded Slasher. Give him time. Give him time. Does this predate Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Yes, it does. This came out in... Well, it was made in... This is an odd movie because... Let me do some research here real quick. I think it was made in 72. Yes, it says 72. Yes, it was released in November of 1972. The weird thing about this movie is it's known by about 3 or 4 different titles. And yeah, it's got like 3 or 4 different titles. So it's just one of those odd movies that, since it was public domain, and I think in order to kind of, like, it's also known as Night of the Dark Full Moon and Death House. And I think it's actually got a couple of other alternate titles as well. It's just one of those oddball kind of movies that, it came out. It wasn't properly copywritten, I think, kind of the same way that Night of the Living Dead wasn't. And so it ended up in public domain, and it's been in public domain ever since. And you can get it on some really, really bad compilation DVDs with other public domain titles like Night of the Living Dead, House on Haunted Hill, etc., etc. Merry Christmas, XVE01. Hope you're doing well, buddy. This movie needs to get a proper release. It actually got a pretty nice DVD release a few years ago. I think the company was called Film Chest, and they did a really nice restoration of this movie. Now, no extras, nothing to that effect, but it at least looks much better than you'll find it on those cheapo releases. Orc is here with us now. How you doing, Orc? Hope you're doing well, buddy. We bought a smart TV, but it's not a 4K one. We got it right around 4K was becoming more common at the time. You regret it. Cell bar 2. Okay. TVs now, my girlfriend bought her son like a pretty sizable 4K TV from Walmart. I think she got it from Walmart. I'm not sure. But I mean, it was just, $300 or $400 at the most. So, I mean, they're definitely coming down in price. You got a much needed new wallet. Rabbit Hammer, you've had your old wallet since you were 18. I hang on to wallets for a long, long time. I don't give up a wallet unless it is falling apart. So, we got 23 people watching. So why don't we go ahead and get this party started. And let's get Silent Night, Bloody Night rolling. Let me remove that. And all right, guys, here we go. Like I said, if the live chat box in the corner of the screen gets too obtrusive, or if it's blocking too much, let me know. If my little camera up there is blocking anything or being too obtrusive, let me know, and I can remove all that. We can still watch everything, and it'll be good. All right, guys, let's get the party started. Let's go. Let me know how the levels are as far as my volume and the volume of the movie, and if one's too high, if one's too low, let me know. Here we go.
I grew up in the town nearby, where my father was the mayor, and where this house stood waiting for me. It was built by Wilfred Butler. We had never seen him, and he never lived at home. Until the day before Christmas in 1960, he finally did come back.
Hey, Derek. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great holiday. Your first 4K movies were E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Cool. Cool.
All of us believe that his death was an accident. No one knew that another person had come to Butler House that Christmas.
Okay. How's the volume on the movie now? Is that a little bit better?
As Deputy Coroner of the County of Arlington, State of Massachusetts, I hereby find, upon evidence of an autopsy conducted by the medical examiner of this county, that the deceased, Wilfred Butler, died as a result of burns inflicted accidentally upon himself on his own premises during the afternoon of December 24th, 1950. No further inquiry shall be held over the body of the deceased, and this inquest is officially closed.
All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mount.
Hey, Grim, what's up, man? I love this opening here. It's really creepy with the... That's one of the alternate titles, Death House. Love the opening there with her singing and this music. Nice and creepy. The one and only, yeah. I really like this movie. And it is kind of a hidden gem because not many people know about it, so... I wonder if that house is still standing. That's a good question, Rabbit Hammer. We may have to get Sean Clark to go out there and do a Horror's Hallowed Grounds. And the director Theodore Gershuni and a lot of the actors, they were part of Andy Warhol's Playhouse back in the day.
They buried Wilfred Butler. There was no one there to mourn him. It was the funeral of a stranger.
Did you guys notice that Lloyd Kaufman was one of the producers on this movie? Exactly, traffic cone.
I, Wilfred Butler, being of sound mind and body, at least what the world considers sound, do hereby leave my house and its grounds and all personal effects within that house to my only surviving relation, my grandson, Jeffrey Butler. And I solemnly charge him with one duty. Let him leave the house as I left it, standing untouched, to remind the world of its inhumanity and cruelty.
For 20 years, that house lay empty, exactly as Wilfred left it. And then, last year, rumors began that it was finally being sold. The newspaper story traveled through the county to a state hospital for the criminally insane.
There's a similarity to Halloween. It's Mary Woronov and the director were actually, I believe they were married right around this time. I actually got into a Twitter conversation with Lloyd Kaufman a couple of years ago about this movie, and we talked back and forth about it, so hey Cameron, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Christmas Eve.
The man who came to sell the house had never seen it. He was a lawyer from the city, just doing a job and enjoying it.
Stop and look serious, please. Oh, you're hopeless. Oh, look.
Hey, wait, where you going now? The mayor's gonna have a fit, kid.
One more shot.
Come on.
Stay there. I want one together. And smile.
So he's got a really good cast. It's one of the strong points of the movie. Got some really good actors.
A warehouse fire still rages in Elizabeth. Police suspect arson. That escaped inmate at Margaretville State Hospital still at large, still hunted by state police. And over in Roxbury, the city passes a controversial housing code.
It's not snowing hill, El Barto. What a creepy setting, Venom. It is indeed. And it's about to get creepier. Snowing here real soon. Where you at, Red Hammer? What state are you in? What's up, Phil? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great Christmas Eve. Central
Well,
Mass.
I tell you, it's beautiful.
Can we see the rest of it?
Honey, that was it. I think the mayor's waiting for me.
My love is such an important man.
Right. Laura always says that.
Darling,
What?
don't be long.
Honey, if you get bored, just look at the view. Sooner or later, that viaduct's gonna take us back home.
This has future code red release written all over it. Well, anybody can release it. It's public domain, so I mean, anybody can release it. It's the great John Carradine.
Mr. Carter. Mr. Mayor.
Let me introduce you. This is Charlie Toman, who publishes our weekly newspaper, The Patriot.
Toman?
And this is Tess Howard.
How do you do?
She operates our switchboard.
Oh, really?
We call her the Communications Director. And this is Bill Mason,
Mason?
our sheriff. Won't you sit there, Mr. Carter, at the head of the table?
Thank you. I didn't expect to meet you all together. It's quite a reception. All right, let's begin. As you know, I've been retained by Jeffrey Butler. The matter concerns the house that he inherited from his grandfather, Wilfred Butler.
Go on, Mr. Carter.
I believe that you offered to buy the house for my client.
Offered. We begged him. We wrote letters and we...
Tess.
Well, it's true.
Trouble. There's always trouble.
I can sympathize.
I spent the last 20 years and more driving people away from there. Prowlers, burglars, kids, they're the worst. Chasing for nothing because of that will. That dribble about humanity. No. Inhumanity. What the hell is that, huh?
Yes, well, he was a bitter man.
Hate.
Must have been very hard.
It must have been hate.
Love John Carradine's bell.
That man hated. Well, some people are like that.
POVs, being attacked by a dog. Another Halloween and Black Christmas similarity. Nice Christmas atmosphere. They got it right. Yep, they did, Phil. Yep, that's one of the things I like about this movie. It's definitely got that Christmassy, you know, feel. That winter, cold, gray kind of feel.
The question is, well, do you still want the house?
Are you offering it to us, Mr. Carter?
Exactly.
Why now?
Well, that's Mr. Butler's business, isn't it?
You know we're not rich. Most of us came here during the Depression. But we love this town. It's our home.
And naturally, you want to improve it.
Exactly.
My client understands that, and he fully sympathizes, and he's willing to sacrifice the house for $50,000 in cash by noon tomorrow.
That's an awful lot of cash.
It's also an awfully good bargain.
You could go to Wilton. You could go now to the bank.
Am I clearly understood?
All that cash.
Perfect. I'll wait for your answer till tomorrow.
You're spending the night here?
Yes,
May I ask where?
at the Butler house.
We could put you up at the motel as our guest.
No, the house is fine.
The Paradise Motel.
That's very kind of you, but I'm meeting Mr. Butler about some personal items.
You want a phone? I can reconnect the line.
Don't trouble, please.
No trouble.
There's a reason why
Phone.
they're a little
Stuck out there.
odd. They're a little eccentric in this town. There's a reason.
Convinced me. Thank you.
Drinking some eggnog tonight, Grim.
By the
Nice.
way, have you known Mr. Butler a long time?
No, I've never met him. He called me and asked me if I'd handle this for him. I said yes. He had the key delivered to my office.
Is it spiked eggnog,
Yeah.
Grim?
Sheriff, Mr. Tolman, Miss Howard, see you all tomorrow. In fact, I'm looking forward to it.
We've got Orc and the Bearded Slasher comparing wounds in the chat.
Really slick. He's a big lawyer, Bill. You've got to expect that. Don't tell me about lawyers.
Oh, you see the way he looked at us? You see his clothes?
He's doing his job. Just don't tell me about lawyers. You know what I'd like to see? Two of them like that when talking to each other. Neither one of them would know what to believe.
I love you too. Honey, when I get home, I'm gonna have a nice surprise for you. Oh, no, I can't tell you what it is now. It wouldn't be a surprise, now would it? No, I can't come home now, but it'll be very soon. Very soon. Honey, of course.
Rum and eggnog. Good combo there, Grim.
Yes,
Good combo.
I miss Mommy too. Laura, how are you, kid?
They're weird for a reason here, Venom. They're weird for a reason.
Look, I'll call tomorrow. No, I want to call. I want to talk to Jenny. Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I'm having a fine time. The same to you, darling. What do you mean, hostile?
He's having a fine time, all right, because the wife and kids at home while he's running around with that little thing.
I was wondering, if we get it, what then?
Everett down.
Okay. I'd better get going.
Another creepy old horror movie, I think it was in Mass, called Let's Scare Jessica to Death. I've not seen that movie in a long, long time. Session 9's another great one. Set in Massachusetts, too, definitely. Session 9's awesome. Great movie. Love that movie. Very underrated. The one and only, definitely. Retro Cat, how you doing tonight, bud? Hope you're having a great Christmas Eve. We're just watching a little bit of Silent Night, Bloody Night here, man.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, Butler wasn't kidding. Nobody's lived here for years.
That would be such a waste.
It's his grandfather's monument. You know, there's a caretaker who keeps this place just the way he left it.
What kind of monument is this?
Well, that's the trouble. Nobody remembers anymore.
That's what usually happens in America.
I remember this. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I'm his own. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy
Session 9 is better the more times you watch it. You notice more things about it. It's a great movie. Very complex movie.
I was a kid in Chipley, Georgia.
Good to hear you're having a great holiday season, Retro Crack.
They have both been subsequently eradicated from the map. None other.
What's up, Joe? Happy holidays to you too, my friend. Is the volume on the movie good? Is my volume good? Does it either need to go up or go down?
The only thing open was a delicatessen, so I brought you pastrami, salami, potato salad, macaroni, everything you like.
I'll have bologna.
Sounds like a good meal to me.
And macaroni. No, some of that potato salad.
I'd be like, baby, give me one of each. And fry my bologna, baby.
Oh, well, we got lucky again. That's early 1970. That's hard to come by.
Can I have some too?
Volume's good. Volume's great. Good.
Of course you may.
Thank you. Wonderful.
What?
The people who lived here.
Jeremy is extremely excited for tomorrow. Bearded Slasher. Extremely excited. If I'm not out of bed by 10 a.m., he will be dragging me out of bed tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to open presents. So.
Wrong. You know what his grandson told me? Underneath that wood, there's 2 feet of stone. The foundation is 8 bricks wide. Now, someday they're going to come in here and they're going to tear this place down and they're going to build little tract houses all over this property on quarter-acre and half-acre lots. And that bulldozer is going to come up that hill toward this house. And it's going to get the surprise of its life. They built a kingdom out here. Only nobody's left.
No? Butler has a grandson.
No. He's probably like the rest of us. Wants money. You know, he's asking $50,000 cash for this place, and if he only wait, he can get at least $250,000. But he won't take his time. So he'll get screwed.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
Soon. You know, one of the great pleasures in life is the pleasure of anticipating pleasure.
Ha ha. It's a Playboy move right there. Or take a note of that and of that line. One of the greatest pleasures is the anticipation of pleasure.
I don't see any beds yet.
Keep looking, honey. Butler said the place is furnished. It's furnished.
Now that's some sideburns right there. That's some sideburns right there. Them ginger burns, baby.
Anything doing? No, sir. But look at this.
More football, huh?
Look how they smeared that quarterback. Look at his arm.
Got no time now. Otas, how about that telephone up at the Butler house? Is it working? Well, try it now. I'll wait.
Wolfman, definitely. Yeah, that's the ginger Wolfman. The ginger wolf.
Hello? Oh, yes, Miss Howard. Yeah, the phone's working fine. Very nice of you to call.
He looks like Sergeant Nash from Black Christmas. He does a little bit. That could be Sergeant Nash's son.
Honey, I'm going down to the car to get some cigarettes. Be back in a minute.
F.E. It's a new exchange.
Don't get lonely.
No, no.
Black Christmas is classic. You watch it all year long, Jimmy. It's classic, yep. That's for sure. No debating that. I can watch it any time of year. But I usually save it for this time of year.
Did you get your cigarettes?
Yes, I did.
May I have one?
Sure. Oh, it's the most amazing thing. These cigarettes come in these very small packages these days.
Oh, that's for me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I open it?
Oh, no. Our Christmas is day after tomorrow.
Is that an order?
Yes, ma'am. That's an order.
Yes, both good actors, Venom. Yeah, one of the best things about this movie, it's got a really strong cast. Really good actors. Surprise! Nice axe. Is that a Stanley? Probably. I mean, that looked like a good quality axe. So, good possibility it was a Stanley. Just a nearsighted lumberjack. All right.
Mason. Bill, someone's calling from Butler House.
Okay, put him on.
Go ahead now.
Mr. Carter?
I'm not Carter.
Who is this?
The owner.
Butler.
I'm worried, Sheriff. Carter's not here.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I can't. I'm sick. Can you come here?
What is it? What's wrong?
His car's here, but he's gone. Won't you come?
Okay, okay. Now you stay put in that house.
I'll wait for you. Please, hurry. I'm afraid.
Now take it easy. I'm coming.
Mr. Butler, are you done?
I've come back.
What's that?
Tess, I want to see you again.
Hello? Who is this?
You know me, Tess. It's Mary Ann. Tell the mayor. Tell them all. I'm waiting in my father's house. Tess, it's so lonesome here. Don't be long.
Hello? 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 Oh my God, where is everybody?
Hello?
Oh, Maggie, thank goodness.
What is it, Tess?
Something's come up. Something urgent. Can you start early?
Oh, honey, I'm watching TV.
Maggie Daly, you get yourself over here.
What is it?
Just get moving, Maggie. Just please hurry.
Yeah, there are some great shots in this movie. This is a really well-made movie. It's got a great atmosphere to it as well. That blood looks so fake. You know, it's a very delicate procedure. You know, it's making that blood. You know, creating that movie blood. Yeah, great creepy score as well. Yeah, the phone calls, the POV shots, definitely the fact that you know, you've got an escaped mental patient on the loose as well. So, I mean, there's some definite similarities between this movie, Black Christmas, and Halloween. You should do more of these live streams, Piz, out there. They're very cool. Thank you, Venom. Definitely, yeah. It's a lot of fun. Joe Barrage, what's up, man? How are you? Hope you're having a great holiday. Classic original horror movie. Don't mess with this formula. Definitely, yeah. Yeah, the formula for movie blood, it's corn syrup and red food coloring. That's
Okay, mister, that's far enough. What do you want
that's
here?
pretty much how they do it these days.
Mayor,
Try again. My father's not home. And don't move.
you want me to put my hands up?
No. Just stay there.
And plus, different. It depends on how they're using the blood. If it's just blood, it's the corn syrup and the food coloring. If it's
Does everybody carry one here?
like blood that people are drinking or whatnot, it's usually like
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
the food coloring with, like, you know, I think on Buffy the Vampire Slayer they used like Nesquik and you know, like red food coloring and stuff.
Jeffrey Butler.
But different formulas for different kinds of blood.
Selling the house.
Yes.
Have you any ID?
Come on.
Don't
That
lie.
actor,
I want your ID.
oh gosh,
Some
what's his
maniac
name?
escaped from Margaretville.
His name totally escapes me. He mostly played villains in movies.
Okay.
This is one of the few non-villain roles I think he ever played.
Put it on the table. Now go back.
They actually did do like a remake of this a few years ago. I've not seen it. I think it was a British production,
California license.
but
Lucky you.
I'll just stick with this one.
Would you like to see my maniac card from the asylum? They give you one when you escape. There's a big scarlet M on it so people won't get confused.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry about the gun. My father's in Wilton getting your money.
All I want to do is to get into my house.
The sheriff's deputy might have a key. He's about the only one I know of.
Well, where's he?
You go down the road about 1.5 miles till you come to a white house with a white fence, and then you can't miss it.
Thanks.
That's okay.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
If I don't call back in an hour, what? Call the mayor or Mr. Tone and nobody else. Promise me you'll do that. Well, sure.
No, I wouldn't say I don't like this movie more than Black Christmas. Black Christmas is
Sheriff at 301.
it's a better movie, without doubt. But I like this movie a lot too. This movie's got a lot of. This movie does a lot of things right.
What the hell?
But I mean, Black Christmas is like, you know, I'd say damn near a perfect movie. Have you ever seen Cold Prey, Piz? I don't think so. Have I seen Blood Harvest with Tiny Tim? No. But if it's got Tiny Tim in it, I think I need to see it. Tiny Tim as a clown in it? Okay, I've definitely got to see it now. It's a Norwegian horror movie set in an abandoned ski lodge with a killer running rampant. That sounds pretty good. I may have to. I'll add Cold Prey to my
Find the deputy?
No, I wasn't there.
list.
I was thinking, isn't your lawyer supposed to be at the house?
The door was locked. His car was there, so I borrowed it.
You mean you stole a car?
Yeah. Keeping it warm.
What if he needs it?
Have you seen a film by Tony Elwood called Cold Storage? Nope.
Who's coming to dinner?
Oh, Daddy. We always have dinner every Thursday. Do you want something?
This cop is always buried in his work.
Paradise Motel.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. What about a drink?
Yeah.
Patrick O'Brien, that's his actor's name.
Cheap bourbon, but that's a big favorite around here. Do you want ice?
No, straight.
You look tired.
I am tired.
Well, here's to a fast dollar.
Cheers.
Why did you decide to sell the house?
Needed the cash.
After all these years?
I need it now.
What's it like on the inside? You know, I've never seen the inside. When I was a child, my father told me to stay away from it, or something terrible might happen. Sort of like a haunted house.
I haven't seen it either.
You're going to sell it? You've never seen it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too bad. It's about the only place to see around here. Oh, I forgot. Someone keeps calling with a message for my father. She says that she's waiting at your house, in the reception room.
What woman is waiting in my house in the reception room?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a voice that I know.
I better go out there.
Can I come too?
What for?
I'm pushing.
I'd be like, baby, bring that gun and that bottle of bourbon and let's go. Mary Warnov is, Mary Warnov is good. Great in Eating Raoul. I've not seen Eating Raoul in a long, long time.
It's a sheriff's car.
But yeah, Warnov is a good actress. And she wasn't a bad looker back in her day either.
There's a light. Look at that tombstone. Pretty cheerful.
Who bears the cross shall wear the crown. Wilfred Butler. My grandfather.
Oh.
Yeah. Great eyes. She had great eyes.
Someone left their sunglasses in the snow.
They're the sheriff's.
My lawyer's missing. So is the sheriff. We've got strange phone calls.
Now that's a jacket right there. I'd like to have that jacket.
Now someone's fascinated by my grandfather's grave.
Leather coat with a big
Let's get out of here.
wool, you know,
You still want to go to my
neck collar
Yeah.
thing.
But I don't want to go alone.
Listen,
I'm not nervous.
well, of course you're not.
Oh, it's the cold. I'm shaking from it. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
We'll get help in town. It's 10 minutes drive.
Crawling Sludge Weller. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a great holiday. You've always been quite fond of this movie. As have I. As have I. Looks like he's wearing a neck pillow. That's a nice coat, man.
Have a nice holiday.
I think it's cool that they came up with just, you know, like you've got John Carradine in your movie. Let's not have him say a word. Let's have him communicate with the bell. That's just a weird, quirky little thing. I dig that. Tommy Jarvis coat with the denim. I'd like to have a denim coat with like that too. Trust me. Give me a leather one and a denim one, and I'll be set.
Deputy's not here, but Toman is.
Who's Toman?
Come on, you'll see. Mr. Toman, wait. No, please, I have to talk to you. I'm sorry. This is Jeffrey Butler. He's the one who's selling the house. He can't get inside the place, and my father's gone to Wilton. So we wondered...
Anything wrong?
He'll tell us. Tess has gone to his house.
Why would she go there?
I don't know. Anyway, she won't get in. You say it's locked. He says she hates the place.
Would you like to drive there?
I'd be pounding that bell. Boom, 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 meaning no.
I need a key.
Your girlfriend has an autistic 3-year-old. The bearded slasher.
Oh man, this isn't my house. It's Tess's.
Tess has quite a little pad there. Are you guys noticing that everybody in this town is a little off?
Well, Tess isn't here. Are you satisfied? She must have gone to my place. Well, why wouldn't she go there? She hates it. Maybe she went to see the woman who's there. Someone called the mayor's house before. Said she'd be waiting. What is it?
In before copyright strike Max. No, this is a public domain movie, man. Bet that place smells good. Yeah, I bet it smells phenomenal.
Hello, Jeff? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm Diane Adams. I spoke to you before.
Bring your
father to the house. This is Marianne. Tell him I have the diary. I'm waiting.
Who are you?
He'll know. Christmas Eve, 1935.
Hello? Hello?
Have you seen The Audition? The Asian horror movie? If so, yes, I've seen it. Birds scare you, Grim? Those beady eyes? I've never understood having a bird as a pet. They're loud. You can't really, like, pet them or be affectionate with them. They can't really be affectionate with you. You were just at the National Aviary, Max? Some of the rooms, there are just these gigantic birds walking around, no cages. It's weird. I went to, I think it was the Columbus Zoo, and they have a kangaroo exhibit, and you just walk around, and the kangaroos are just jumping around everywhere around you, or coming up to you, or, you know, they're just laying in the grass and, you know, doing their thing. You just walk around them. That was pretty interesting. Have you seen Stage Fright with the Killer in the Owl Mask? Yeah, I've seen it. I've been meaning to rewatch it because it's a Michael Soavi movie, or Mikhail Soavi. It's actually in my list to watch on Amazon Prime. So I actually looked at it tonight and was like, should I watch that tonight? Nah, let's watch a Christmas movie.
Bill?
A Christmas horror movie,
that you?
of course. Have you ever seen Hot Fuzz Piz? Yep, I sure have. It's been a long time, though. Don't remember if I liked it or not.
Tess, you can't see me, but I can see you. Oh, yes, I remember that face. You are older now, and fatter, but still Tess. And you're frightened, aren't you? Don't be afraid. I want to help you. Take my hand. Take it, Tess.
The person on the telephone.
Poor
said
Tess.
1935,
Poor Tess. I think that's a cool
Christmas Eve.
sequence,
But
though.
that's not the beginning. In 1927, Butler House was restored by Wilfred Butler. After that, I find social notes, parties, nothing special. Then, in 1930, Butler's wife, Catherine, dies of tuberculosis. In August 1933, it starts. Wilfred Butler's daughter is cruelly attacked and raped. Her name is Mary Ann, the same name as the caller who left those messages tonight. She's 15 then. On May 2nd, 1934, Mary Ann Butler gives birth to a son, Jeffrey Butler. Jeff. Early in 1935, Butler House is turned over to a Dr. Robinson as an asylum for mental patients. And then Butler goes on to say that he has committed his own daughter. Marianne will live at the asylum. There's no end to this story. It's been carefully cut out of all the papers. Why would Toman do that?
Piz, don't watch The Elf. It's a waste of time. The new horror one is horrible. I think I actually saw that on... I saw it somewhere, but nah, yeah. No interest in watching that. Piz, ever watch Last House on Dead End Street? It sounds familiar. I'm not sure. It sounds familiar, though.
You scared me. What happened?
What happened is, Tess has 40 bird cages. Toman is hysterical. Everybody's at my house but me. It's cold outside and you forgot to lock the door.
Joe, how old are you?
How old am I? You mean, how many years have I lived?
No. There's a lot in the paper about your family.
I don't want to talk about my family.
Wait a minute. There's a woman calling, and she says her name is Marianne. That was your mother's name, wasn't it?
My mother died in childbirth. That's when I started traveling.
It's not what the papers say.
What's your point?
I just thought that you should read something for your own good.
Nothing you could tell me about my past or future would be for my own good. Where is the paper?
It's on the table.
We're about a half hour away from it being Christmas Day, people.
It's so stupid to lie. I missed the whole event.
Jeff, maybe your mother's still alive. Maybe she's waiting for you at the house.
I don't know.
Have you ever seen Splatter University, Piz? Oh, yeah. Yep. I like me some Splatter University.
Fine. No more side trips. Let's go out there.
It is Christmas Day in Scotland. Well, Merry Christmas, DJ.
It's empty. Jeff, look! Oh my God!
Stay back!
It's Toman!
Stay back!
Now, I've not had a chance to check out Almost Human yet, DJ.
He's dead.
As well as Death Dorm, it's in my top 5. You introduced it to me, Piz.
Somebody cut off his hands.
Good to hear, Isaac. Good to hear.
You killed Tolman.
He's asking for help.
You killed him.
Get in the car.
Well, I mean, he did run right out into the middle of the road. Granted, his hands were cut off, which, I mean, the correct response there should be, okay, who cut his hands off?
The keys. He took them.
It was definitely one of my favorite movies of last year, too.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, what?
This is Marianne Butler. I'm calling from my house. Won't you come over here, Mr. Mayor? We're having a reunion. Everyone's here, even your daughter.
What were some of your guys' favorite movies of this year? So, you know, this guy's using a bit of his brains. Get the shotgun off the wall. I'd even take the bottle off the table. Back, let's go. She's packing heat too. I don't think the scene where Pennywise eats the baby or threatens to eat the baby is going to be on the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. I don't think so. I doubt it. I actually heard that there was kind of like an origin thing that they'd shot for it that may actually make it into the next film, and that may have something to do with it. I'm not sure.
My right is knowing that no one shall ever see it.
But that sequence may make it into
or even my
Chapter 2.
grandson, Jeffrey. write for myself in the hope of forgiveness, if that is still possible. And I write for you, Marianne, whose youth and innocence I have destroyed.
Tim Michigan, movie hunter.
By 1935.
Yes, this does predate Black Christmas. I discussed that earlier. But welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great holiday season.
I turned my house into an asylum. I brought doctors to live there. I welcomed other patients.
I need to see Dunkirk.
All I remembered what she had been. There was never a lovelier, happier child.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet, please. I propose a toast. Doctor, please.
By Christmas of the first year, I knew that I must act, not for myself, but for my helpless child.
Led him to create this institution. Our friend.
I had no plan. All I knew was that I must take her from these men with their promises, their lies.
Shall we? Huh?
Yeah, this whole backstory part here is really great. Charlie, yeah.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody
By the way, hope you're doing well, Charlie. Hope you're having a great holiday.
I knew that they would gorge themselves into a stupor that afternoon. It was their celebration. I expected no less. Since they had come into my house, they had acted as if they owned it. They had behaved like poor relations, half guilty, but finally unable to control their appetites.
I like The Sentinel a lot too, Rabbit Hammer. Great movie.
After dinner, they danced and drank as they usually did. All the time, Robinson would smile and reassure me. They expected me to believe, because I had no choice. Wilfred, trust me. He really believed Marianne would be well. He saw a light. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
believe me. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Stay here, Doctor. I'll get more champagne. He was ready. I knew it. Drunk and fat and full of his own importance. I left then.
What did I think of Leatherface? You personally really liked it. I did a review of it back when it first came out. I don't I didn't like it. I didn't necessarily dislike it. It was just kind of meh for me. And at this point, I really don't remember very much about it. Just kind of seemed really unnecessary. But as I recall, it had a moment. It had its moments.
My cruelty to Mary Ann was inhuman. I know that. I had loved her. I had fathered our child, Jeffrey. I had brought her to this. But I swear that on that afternoon, all I wanted was to save my child.
That'd have to be a shocking revelation to, you know,
My hope was to get her away from that house.
discover that, you know,
Also,
you're the product of
wanted to set
incest.
free those other wretches who had so long been abused by the doctors.
I've never watched Ash vs. Evil Dead, Isaac. I know. Shame on
I
me.
knew what they might do if these inmates were freed. And this is my guilt. I knew. And still, I freed them.
love this whole backstory sequence. It's really just super creepy and weird and just really unique. Yeah, Jimmy, everybody associated with this movie was part of the Warhol factory. The director, pretty much the entire cast. Yeah.
After the inmates started for the house,
Fulci approved? Yeah, Fulci would definitely approve of of that scene.
I do not know exactly when she slipped away from me. I assume that when they saw her in the dining room, the inmates believed her to be part of that household which they hated. And so, they killed her. Later, there was a celebration. And then most of the inmates fled. I don't know where. But I shall never forget what they did to my child. Since that Christmas, I have lived in prisons and asylums. Lived anonymously, as an animal. I have wandered in bitterness until all seasons have become as one. And that is a season of vengeance.
Jeff. Jeff.
Wilfred Butler is still alive. This is still his house.
Your grandfather died in 1950. He was burned to death in this house.
My grandfather poured gasoline over a squatter he found here. The town wanted to believe he was dead. They still do. This house was an asylum. There was a massacre by the inmates. Tess, Tolman, the sheriff. Your father.
No.
All inmates. They killed my mother in this room.
Who's there? Who's there?
I just saw that too, Rabbit Hammer. That'll be cool.
Oh, no. No. God, no.
Yeah, I also saw Nika was doing that ultimate part 2 Jason Tater Sack. That'll be cool.
Diane?
Jeff. Jeff. No. No. Jeff, why? Why?
Marianne. Don't run
That cape was pretty pimpin', wasn't it, Bartow?
I spent that night weeping. By morning, there were no more tears. I know that my father and Jeffrey both thought they were shooting at killers, but they were simply the last victims in that house of victims. And now, a year later, they will tear down Wilfred Butler's monument, but they can never destroy my memories of what happened here.
There we go. Silent Night, Bloody Night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on Silent Night, Bloody Night. What were your thoughts on the movie? Let me know. But, yeah, I've always really enjoyed Silent Night, Bloody Night. I think it's really weird that, just such a strange, crazy idea that the patients of this mental asylum, they killed their keepers, and then they sort of, you know, drifted down into the town and created their own town. You know, that's why everybody in the town was so sort of odd and quirky and weird, because they were all former mental patients who killed their keepers and then migrated down into the town and basically started the town. And then, of course, you got the whole thing with the guy and his daughter, and then Jeffrey Butler finding out that he's the product of incest. And it's just an odd, creepy little movie that I've always really enjoyed, and glad I could share it with you guys, and, you know, glad that it's public domain, so hopefully there will be no repercussions from sharing it with you guys. So yeah, very, very cool. I tell you guys what, let me make a quick bathroom break, and I will be back momentarily. You guys hold tight. All right, and I am back. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching Silent Night, Bloody Night. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. If it was your first time watching it, let me know what you guys thought. It's a good one. Movies like that, sometimes all you need is setting and a good score. There's lots of creepy ideas. Yeah, well done. Isaac, love the film. Great, great. Underrated holiday slasher. Good feeling of doom throughout. Thanks, Piers. Thank you, Charlie. We were talking about, or I was talking about earlier, movies on my Amazon wish list, or not Amazon wish list, but my Amazon Prime list. And I recently added Gremlins 2 because it's been so long since I've seen Gremlins 2, so added that to the list. Piz should do more of these, like on holidays and stuff. I'd enjoy that. Yeah, yeah. It was a lot of fun, definitely. I mean, we got very lucky that, I mean, luckily Silent Night, Bloody Night is public domain. Just off the top of my head, I mean, that, you know, Night of the Living Dead is public domain. We could do a watch along with the original Night of the Living Dead. House on Haunted Hill is public domain. We could do a watch along with House on Haunted Hill. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Let's look up popular public domain movies. Dementia 13, the Francis Ford Coppola movie. Yep, that one. That's another one you find on those, you know, those big collections of movies, like you find Silent Night, Bloody Night. Dementia 13 is public domain. I don't remember Dementia 13 being that great, though. It has been a while. Oh, here's a holiday movie that is public domain. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians from 1964. That could be that could be a good one. Driller Killer. I did not know Driller Killer was a public domain. Wow. The Abel Ferrara horror movie, The Driller Killer, is public domain. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, they need to be public domain, and there doesn't need to be any kind of nudity, things like that in them either. Because, I mean, that'll get the video removed. That'll get my channel some issues. But Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Let's look at this thing here. It's got a 2.6 out of 10 on IMDb, a 24% Rotten Tomatoes score. However, 65% of Google users liked the movie. It was released in 1964. Mystery Science Theater 3K, of course, did a video on it. This looks like a pretty awesome movie. Here's this plot synopsis. The Martians kidnap Santa Claus because there's nobody on Mars to give their children presents. Okay. Storyline. Martians, upset that their children have become obsessed with TV shows from Earth, which extol the virtues of Santa Claus, start an expedition to Earth to kidnap the one and only Santa. That's great. The Martians take Santa and two children with them. Voldar, a particularly grumpy Martian, attempts to do away with the children and Santa before they get to Mars, but their leader Lomos stops him. When they arrive on Mars, Santa, with the help of the two Earth children and a rather simple-minded Martian lackey, overcomes the Martians by bringing fun, happiness, and Christmas cheer to the children of Mars. That sounds awesome. that may need to be our watch along for tomorrow night if I can find it. I'm sure this thing's got to be on YouTube. Let's see. Let's see if this sucker's on YouTube. Surely to goodness it is. Yep, there it is. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Yep, there it is. Oh my goodness. Cinemassacre actually did a review of it 10 years ago. I'm sure, oh my goodness, these Martians in the film. Yep, it's just a dude with green paint on his face wearing a weird helmet. Yep, this sounds like a keeper. This sounds like a keeper. Oh my goodness. The Bad Santa commentary was great. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Over on the Sausage Factory, we had a lot of fun watching Bad Santa and talking about it. White Zombie is public domain, definitely. Wish New Year's Evil was public domain. That would be, yep, I do too. That would be a good one to watch on New Year's. That's a fun movie. Let's do a watch along of this watch along, European. Oh goodness, you're talking about some mind blowing Inception type stuff there. It's a Wonderful Life is public domain, really? Can't be. Is Halloween public domain? Definitely not, DJ. Definitely not. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Oh boy. Let's check out some user reviews of Santa Claus versus the Martians. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, a lot of 10 out of 10s here. Here's one that says it's the best, worst, awful movie ever. Another 10 out of 10. Here's one that's a 1 out of 10, but it says absolute genius. This is truly the worst movie I've ever seen, but it really goes beyond that. Something this stunningly terrible simply had to be done on purpose. Here's another one, 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Here's one that's 2 out of 10, and the little synopsis here says, do not open till Christmas or any other time. Ooh, I wonder if, surely Don't Open Till Christmas, that really bad slasher movie. Surely that one is not public domain. Well, let's see. That's a fun, bad horror movie. But let's see. I doubt it's in public domain, but it would be cool if it was. Doesn't seem like it is. That one would be a fun one. Well, we couldn't do it live though. Well, I guess we could do it live, but then I'd have to remove the video off of YouTube, off of my channel afterwards, because there's quite a bit of nudity in it. So, is Night of the Living Dead the most popular public domain movie? Yes, I would think so. I would think so. Jess Gibb, hello everyone. Am I late? Yes. Unfortunately, you're late. We actually just wrapped up Silent Night, Bloody Night. Had a great time watching it. You just got home from a party. Well, guys, I guess we can call it a night. It is officially now Christmas Day, at least on the East Coast. It's 12:09 a.m., so let me be the first to wish you guys out there a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And I'm sure Santa Claus is flying around right now, visiting all us, good people, giving the good kids and the good people their gifts and punishing the naughty. So if you hear someone on your roof stomping around, and you've been naughty, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Isaac. You're welcome. And I hope you guys all you've been naughty this year, Max. If you hear somebody stomping around on your roof, you're in trouble, man. You are in trouble. Merry Christmas, guys. I will catch you later. Keep up the awesome vids, Piss. Thank you very much, Rabid. You too, brother. Have a great one. Merry Christmas to all. To all a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching Silent Night, Bloody Night with me. And you guys have a fantastic Christmas. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Have a great one, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for all that you do for my channel. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And yeah, have a great night. Peace.